What up, y'all? Welcome to another conversation here on Fight Talk with me, Jimmy Dukes, on the Jimmy Dukes gaming page. Don't let the gaming fool you. All types of content here on the channel. But tonight, conversation. The champ is here. The champ
Yes,
is here.
sir.
Mentor Santi out of Albuquerque, SFS. CFC, Bantamweight, amateur champion. What's up, dog?
Another day, man. Enjoying it,
How, how does that sound? Champ.
It sounds surreal, It's like I feel like everyone like it's like a small dream, but like it's like one of those things you dream about. You go into the fight telling yourself, that's I'm the champ, and to actually hear that come out feels it's a different feeling for sure.
Hell yeah, man. I respect the hell out of that, man. I know, and I say I always all you combat sports athletes out there that every time I commend you guys and I give you guys mad respect because it's not something that somebody willingly does and wants to do. Get in a cage wearing underwear and fight another human being that wants to rip your head off. So, but man,
Yeah.
congratulations on that win at CFC 3. And what a night. I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about kind of like the whole weekend and going in and how you felt. You had another important thing going on that weekend as well. So congratulations on your anniversary. Talk about juggling everything leading up to that weekend.
Yeah, I mean, my girlfriend's great. She does a great job at supporting and helping me pursue my dream too, So she really did kind of put everything on the back burner and let me do fight week and just get ready, lock in, and we'll worry about it after, So all props to her, and I can't say thank you enough.
Yeah, man. I love that. And that's one thing I always tell people, like I've been in a long committed relationship, going on almost 20 years. And I love seeing when people are pursuing whatever they got going on and they got the support of their partner because it's hard, especially with going something such a selfish sport. All the past year that I've known you, you've always credited, your teammates and coaches, but you've always gave her props too and her flowers because I'm sure it's not easy to deal with somebody that's always wanting to fight and training and stuff going on, right?
And definitely, she puts up with a lot, and she picks up a lot of slack, on everything.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So the props on that, man. I always tell people in committed relationships, hey man, if it was easy, everybody would do it, man. But it's definitely a
Yes,
challenge
sir.
and it's always back and forth, man. So hell yeah, man. Props on that. But yeah, man, you went in there, you look good at the weigh-ins. Like I said, we're not best of friends, but I've gotten to know you and your vibe was always kind of the same, man. And when once that cage closed and you were in there, I was like nervous because I was recording your guys' corner and Freddie was
Yeah.
going nuts.
Man, Freddie, he got me through the fight. I can't even say thank you enough to him. It was the cold, the weather was hard to deal with, and that's who got me through. He reminded me every way there why I was there, the reason I was there. We don't quit. He pushed me through so many situations in the gym where I want to quit, and that feeling, it's there's no quit. He won't let that happen. So all credit to him for as intense as he is. It works out great.
Yeah, man, I was in there. He was saying some non uh general stuff you want to say, but we were joking after later. I was talking to him, but man, he was talking about how proud it was, and he pushes you guys, and all you guys support each other. I know that Gabe was there and Moreno was there, and it was cool seeing the support from your gym, man. But that was a 5 round war, man. I mean, you got two quick outings the last two times. What did you learn about yourself? Going 5 rounds.
I think that no quit mentality, it's I tell myself I like to pride myself, and I'd like to say I'm a tough guy. You're gonna have to go in there and finish me, and I think that's one of those like times it shows, and it's good. It's reassuring for me. I'm sure it's reassuring for the team and everyone who supports too, just to see that there is no quit in me. You're gonna have to go in there and finish me and put me out, or we keep going. I can keep going all night.
Yeah, man. I the I for me, and like I said, I'm just a fan. I'm from afar. This is what I'm just watching. I was like, oh man, these guys are gonna bang it out and stand and bang. But man, it was a grappling battle of attrition. Credit to Rudy. First thing I want to say is the amount of respect that you guys had for each other. Like from what I had saw from the back, even the weigh-ins and pre-weigh-ins, like it was all respect, and that was cool for me to see from afar. I'm like, man, these guys are gonna kill each other tomorrow, but there's like no ill will toward each other. Guys were professional. You guys had small conversations. I saw you guys like dapping each other up and stuff. So I thought it was cool, man, that to see that.
Yeah, man, all respect to Rudy and that whole team over there at Elite. They've been great to us as long as I've known them. They've been super respectful, super professional with me. Carlos, great. The whole team's great. So it's all respect towards them. And Rudy's a tough fucking dude, man. I mean, I know in the post fight, I said something. I don't think it made too much sense, but what I was trying to say is I landed a clean shot on Rudy, and I know he felt it. And I've shown not very many people take that clean shot when I landed, and he was willing to go after that. We went two more rounds after that, so he's a tough dude. It's hard not to respect the toughness.
Yeah, man. I felt like when he was in there neutralizing you and just, beating you up and kind of just grappling and, putting you up against the cage. And I thought for a second, I was like, oh man, like you're going to get tired. Like, cause I've only seen you go two quick ones. And like,
Yeah.
I was watching you from like afar. I was like, oh shit, how is this going to play out, man? But those in between rounds, like how Freddie was talking to you and just, you went out there at the beginning of each round, and I felt like after the second round, like I just saw like a turn, and I saw the momentum start shifting the other way. It was crazy to see that because I've watched enough combat sports, and if people don't understand that when you see a momentum shift, I felt like the first two rounds were him for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Then
Uh-huh.
after that, I just felt like you were like not gonna stop. And I felt from what I saw, and I saw Rudy starting to slow down a little bit, and that's when you were starting to pick it up and starting to defend the takedowns and making them pay, and you were getting on top, and I was like, oh my god, what a fight.
I mean, that's all credit to my team. All those dudes, they're killers, and they really do. Like, I hear a lot of people talking about like having a lot of guys on one card, and it makes something different for the team. And I believe my team turns that on no matter what. We got one guy fighting, every single one of us is showing up. Every single one of us was ready to cut weight with me. Every single one of them was willing to cut weight. They didn't have to. It's not their thing. They're not fighting. They don't have to. Every single one of them asked, "Do you want to go hit the sauna? You want to run? What do you want to do?" And that's all. Like I can't thank my team enough. The dudes are killers, and they push me to be able to perform like that.
Yeah, man. Like I said, yeah, like I was talking to Gabe and Moreno, and we were excited for you to go out there, and I'm getting to know your guys' gym, and you guys are a bunch of killers, man, representing the gym in different promotions. And but I wanted to ask you, when once the fight was over and you were standing there, did you feel like you did enough to win? Or like how was that feeling of knowing like, oh fuck, I went 5 rounds and like I don't think I even won this shit.
I feel like I knew it was a close fight. I mean, I hate to say it because I don't even believe it myself, but I'm fighting in El Paso against someone from El Paso. It's hard to even see it going my way. Just
Yeah.
just knowing the fight was close. The first two rounds he was dogging me out, so just like how much did the judges see that, and how much did they take in count? Like, well, first two rounds he dominated, like I don't so I knew it was a close fight, and I just let it. It's all in God's hand. Godspeed.
Yeah.
Stretch
Yeah,
the
that's all
neck.
yeah, like, a lot of people were saying backwards, and like I'm always try to be objective, even if I like both you guys or any fighters that are fight, but I felt like those first two rounds, like you said, were his. And after that, I thought you won 3 and 4, and I thought the fifth was a statement round. I was like, whoever wins this round is gonna win the fight. and you were doing more than enough to do that. And I was like, oh shit. And even then, I was just sitting there recording with my camera. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't even know who's gonna win.
It felt like it could have went either way. I mean, I had a lot of respect for him, so I wouldn't have necessarily been like I wouldn't have felt robbed if it went the
Yeah,
other way. I knew it was a super close competitive fight. I mean, you always after the fight, my coach always says, let everyone know you win. You know, pick your hands up, walk around. I feel like my cardio was great. I felt like I probably could have gone another round or two. So I mean, you just try to the best. You know, I'm ready to keep going. If he's tired, he's tired. I'm ready to keep going. You know, and just leave it all in God's hands.
yeah, man. I thought you guys both went out there. There was a lot of fights. There were finishes that night, but a lot of people were treated to an actual championship fight that was competitive the whole damn time. And a lot of people were like, shit, that's fucking crazy to see because everybody's like, finish, 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 finish. Started getting up to the title fights. And then we got a war. You know what I mean? There was 5 rounds back and forth. And, that was awesome to see as a fan and just somebody covering the sport. It was cool to see that. And it kind of shows you too that hey, man, I can knock somebody out in the first round, but if you want to go 5 rounds with me, you're gonna have a hard time.
Definitely, we always prepare. You always love the fast fight, you know, and sometimes it's nice to get that like what I trained for. I spent hours in the gym. I got my time's worth. You know, I definitely got I needed those hours in the gym.
Yeah, and you got the bonus again.
Yeah, can't
Carlos,
complain. I'll take
Carlos
it.
got you. He's like, fucking, this fucking Santi's gonna take a yes 3 in a row, dog, man. But yeah, that was awesome, man. I'm so happy for you, and to cap off an exciting weekend for you personally, what you had going on with your anniversary, and then on, that to win that fight, the cherry on top, man. I was so happy for you guys. I was catching you a little bit after, walking out. You were so happy, man. I was, just happy to see you do your thing, and all the time and the effort that you talk about to go in there and to win it, man. But the weather, holy smoke! Let's touch on
Yeah.
the weather a little bit, man. Like I was in the back and I came out and I was like I said, I'm layered up and I was just like, oh my god, this is cold. When you went out there, like how was that feeling once you were taking everything off? You're like, oh shit, this is real.
Yeah. It was cold. Even just standing there waiting for them to like play my song to call me. I was sitting there like, damn, it's kind of cold. I had the hoodie on still. It wasn't the worst. And then I thought walking up to the cage, I thought I was gonna get to keep my hoodie on, put the Vaseline and everything on, walk in. And then when Rudy got in, I thought I was gonna take it off, throw it over, and they told me no. So that kind of
Oh,
threw me off. And I was like, oh, I
you
don't
were
know.
already in mental fight before you even were fighting.
Yes. So the weather was something to deal with. I mean, my feet were freezing before the fight even started. Feet were cold. It hurt to kick. I didn't want to kick after the first, second round. I mean, it's just
No
war. You
amount of
know?
adrenaline could help with the coldness, huh?
That's, I told everybody. Before the fight, I thought like, oh, adrenaline's gonna kick. I'm not even gonna feel it. We'll go.
Yeah.
I'll get warm. Everything. No, no way. Too cold.
But you went out there and you still did it. I mean, all the fighters are credit, man. Everybody went out there and fought their ass off. It was a great show. It was another great showing. I know you always said that you love how CFC treats everybody, and the card was amazing. Great turnout. Now you're the champ, man, and I'm happy for you, man. It was cool to see you go out there and do your thing, man, and winning the way you've been winning, and now time for a little break, kind of rest and relax a little bit, and you know
Yo.
I'm excited to see you get in there whenever you get back in there to defend that title.
Hell yeah, thank you, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to see who they got lined up, you know. I know CFC will do something fun. They always put on a great show, so I'm looking forward to the next one. I plan on being there for the CFC 4 too. I definitely can't miss that show, so plan on
Yeah,
being out there. Get to check it out at least, you know?
right. It just like I might be able to just show up and hang out for the first time.
Yeah. Get to
That's-
enjoy it. Get to enjoy
right,
the
get to
actual
enjoy
show.
for yeah with a sweater on and shit.
Yeah.
But man,
Hopefully
Santi,
it's warm.
yeah, no, it'll be hot as shit. We're gonna be complaining about how hot it is. I'm sure we are. But
Definitely.
but man, thank you so much for your time, man. You're always a gentleman. Like I it's cool seeing you like progress and me, following the sport. It's cool seeing you do your thing, go out there. You're such a good dude, and you mean well. But when you get in that cage, you're a different dude, and I can respect the shit out of that.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah,
your time.
yeah, man, for sure. But before we get out of here, did you want to shout anybody out? Anything you want to get off your chest, brother?
My team, my coaches, my girlfriend, always you. I appreciate you always giving me the time, the platform. CFC, everyone who supports, I appreciate it. Everyone who don't support, I appreciate you too.
Right, whoever's watching, I'm still doing my thing.
Yes, sir.
For me or against me and shit. Hell yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. Well, thank you so much for your time. Make sure you guys keep up with the page here. I'm always talking to different athletes in combat sports, covering everything in Southwest. Jimmy Dukes Gaming on YouTube. Don't let the gaming fool you. This is Fight Talk with Jimmy Dukes with Santi here out of Albuquerque, SFS, Sandoval Fighting System on the map once again, man. Thank you so for your time, brother.
Thank you.
Until next time, peace out, homies. Y'all take
Later,
care.
man.